Good Monday morning, and welcome to Ice Age TV, the YouTube channel that talks about cars and trucks and automobiles and motorcycles and dogs and the pond and the property and attitudes. And hey, good morning, everybody. Hey, appreciate you tuning into my channel today to watch the conversation on this Monday morning. And wow, what are we doing today? What are we talking about today on the Monday morning conversations? Oh, see that Jeep right there? That is such a better Jeep that has been built by the Chrysler Automotive, Stellantis Automotive. You know, it's incredible how many times the Jeep brand has been purchased and repurchased and rebranded as far as manufacturing. But anyways, that's such a great vehicle. It's better built than what I'd consider from years ago. I wouldn't have ever bought a Jeep product if you went back like 15, 20 years ago. I just didn't think, well, I should take that. The Jeeps back in 2006, SRT, Cherokee, Grand Cherokee. But at the same time, you go back into the 80s and 90s, I just didn't think that Jeep had the most reliable product. Come on, let's go. Get in there, come on. And I just think that they've come a long way and building the Jeep much better. It's better built. Hey, come on, let's go, come on. And all the cars and trucks, you know, I don't know what's going on this morning. Hey, to the barn, to the barn. It's to the barn time. Get in the barn. Come on, Ginger, come on, let's go. Come on, go get him. Let's go, come on. What is the agenda? Yeah, the Ford products. I was never a Ford guy growing up. I never thought they built the better of the two or three manufacturers' products. I just never was the Ford guy. But yet here I am, like the Ford Bronco here. I mean, has this thing been built better built? And yeah, so I mean, we know. I mean, this thing's just crazy. Am I crazy for maybe letting it go? That's a conversation. And it's so build back better. I mean, that's what kind of spurred the conversation this morning, is build back better. And so I thought to myself, well, as usual, let's use the car theme. Hey, Gladiator, love the Gladiator. I just love this Gladiator. It's so great. I was at a bed rug install on here over the weekend, and so I've been working on this thing, and wow, just really loving that vehicle. All right, pups. Here's the Mopars, the Dodges. I mean, all this stuff. I mean, all this stuff from when I grew up is just so built so much better today than it was so many years ago, and that's kind of what's driving the conversation here this morning. Gotta get a water here. I don't have my coffee. I've had a coffee. It just really does irritate my GERD. It's so aggravating, but I just kind of have to moderate it so I'm not hacking and coughing. So, all right, let's get up here. It's cold. You know, it's cold up here. And get the heater on. Got the crew here. And so yesterday I didn't do the car show. Car show thing, I had to work. So everybody's kind of following my channel. Somebody be like, hey, what happened to the Sunday morning car meet? Too many things to do. And I just couldn't dedicate my time to that yesterday. And then another thing here with my property is the grass cutting's starting, and the weed whacking starting, and the gardening starting. You know, just so many projects that need to be done. And you got to manage your time. It's all about managing your time. Is that crooked there? Not crooked. Oh, my goodness gracious. So, don't have any coffee. So, yeah. Am I like really revved up? Not really. It's the Monday morning blues, what do you want to call it? The Monday morning, get things going. Yeah, right. So anyways, for anybody that's kind of new watching my channel, what I try to do is I try to take the car theme of what's going on in the car market and then kind of turn it into the state of times. There's a very fine line on that. We're on the YouTube channel where, you know, you kind of start getting radical in the state of times and the politics. It really does kind of put you at borderline on being hushed down. So, but that's not really my goal. My goal is just to share ideas and views and thoughts, and just for other people to just kind of like, yeah, I mean, and that's the thing. We all kind of have our own views and thoughts, but it's great to meet somebody. And it's just great in life when you meet somebody that's kind of like on your page in life. It's not the best feeling. You run into somebody, start talking to them. You don't know them, they don't know you, but they kind of start talking to each other. And through the conversation, you're like, wow, this person just so gets it. And you just kind of get that bond, that relationship. Isn't that kind of how we are as individuals? That we kind of find these people, but it's tough. It's very challenging to find someone that kind of believes the way you do and thinks the way you do and acts like you do. I mean, that's not easy. And then, of course, you run into people too, and you're just like, wow. So, and that's just how we're all so different. So on my YouTube channel, my goal is, hey, for those out there watching my channel, hopefully people that follow me we can kind of connect, or someone else can be like, hey, I can really kind of relate with this conversation, and I understand too, and I'd be saying the same thing. So, anyways, Build Back Better. We've got a governing body at this time that ran on a platform that said Build Back Better. So anyways, we'll kind of expand on that a little bit here. But so first, I think to myself, the Build Back Better cars, or I should say, the Build Better cars, because Build Back Better sounds to me like that implication is to me that my brand new Bronco I have, Raptor Bronco, the one before it was better, and then it got worse, and then they made it, Ford made it even better. And I'd be like, no way. There's no way the 70s Broncos are at any level of this. Wow, it's so hot. I'm kind of here in my office. I'm getting this heat thing here, just too much heat on me. So anyways, there's no way that you can convince me that the 1970s, Bronco was better than my Bronco with all the technology. There's no way. I could go through every single car and truck I own to say Build Back Better, that term and phrase implying that there was a better time, and then that time kind of got lost, and then this vehicle here, has to replace. I mean, to me, yeah, right. I mean, so for us as car enthusiasts, the better cars in so many aspects have prevailed. But at the same time, I know the die-hard, just really keep it simple people would be like, I don't like all this technology. I like that retro feel. I mean, when you go to these car meets, what do you see but a bunch of people with these cars that are the retro cars? I do videos on it if you follow my channel, and that's the fun and the passion and enthusiasm of people show up to show off their vehicles. And it's like the 1971 Cuda guy that I've showed his Cudas, the 71 Cuda. Those are really cool. Those are really cool. And if it wasn't for the value fact, you're talking the value fact. So for me, would I give up my Hellcat Charger Red Eye Gold Rush for one of those? I don't know. I mean, because that Red Eye Gold Rush is so practical. You can drive it. You can go across the country in it. That Hemi Cuda, the problem is you get into that car and you just aren't going to drive it because it's so special that you feel like you're going to ruin it by driving it. And if you want the value out of it, you're going to have to be very careful on driving it much. So, but is my Challenger better than that? Of course. I mean, it's a Cuda, plenty of product, but the whole point is compare a 1970 Chevy Corvette Stingray to the new C8 Corvette Stingray. You're going to tell me that Corvette 1970 is better than a C8? I mean, yeah, right. I mean, so Build Back Better. What does Build Back Better mean? Build Back Better. I mean, to me, that's kind of a contradictory statement in so many ways. I'm just trying to hear. I mean, somebody watching my channel right now, I'm sincere. What does Build Back Better mean? So you're implying that it used to be better, and you're going to bring back what used to be better that went into terrible times? Wow. So anyway, here's Ford announcing on their Ford Mustang. Tell you what, you really have to say to Dodge, Dodge, what are you doing? Hey, Tim Knuskis, could you tune into my YouTube channel And can we have a heart-to-heart conversation? I mean, what are you doing? I mean, Ford is not departing from the ice age. GM, yeah, they're gonna part, but they're gonna at least give you another year or so. But you just think to myself, what is it about Dodge that's totally pulled the plug in ice on the performance side? I'm not saying that you still can't go buy a truck next year with a gas engine in it or a Jeep. You will, but you're not gonna go buy a Dodge Challenger or Dodge Charger, and we don't really know. We think the Hellcat motor is done. That's what I keep on trying to figure out with the Ram TRX. That for me, on the fence, do I get the Ram TRX? I finally found a Ram TRX that I really do like. And the irony is, some guy ordered it, and the gentleman is out of apparently Montana. Apparently he has a company, and he's out of Louisiana or something. I'm just getting information from the sales guy, and the guy couldn't digest the interest rate on the truck payment, so he walked away. So the guy that ordered that Ram TRX, that black TRX, and I'm the level 2 or whatever you call it, that I'm looking at to buy and give up my Raptor, my Bronco Raptor, even though I know I'm with anybody here would be like, you're crazy to let go of that Raptor. And I don't disagree, but at the same time, I think to myself, I'm getting $4,000 more than what I paid for it, and the Ram TRX, as far as I know, it's done. I mean, that's what they're saying. Now, if I find out that the 2024 Ram TRX is available, yeah, I could possibly change my position on me doing this. But the Hellcat motor production, from my understanding, is it. This is it for last year. So how could you buy a Ram TRX truck next year when they don't build Hellcat motors anymore? I don't know. I mean, I'm not that deep into the Ram TRX discussions. Probably should go to the Ram TRX forum and look around that. But here's the better. Which is better, the Ford Raptor R or the Ram TRX? I would say the Ford Raptor R is the better truck. There's no doubt in my mind. But I've talked about this many times. The Raptor R, it's a $140,000 truck. The Ram is a $100,000 truck. So there's a $40,000. There's conservative. There's a $25,000, $30,000 difference in price. Number one. So yeah, some people are like, well, yeah, once you're at that price, yeah, but it's a lot of money. A lot of money. So I mean, for the record, I have one on order, but you can have an allocation. It just comes down to the dealership gets the allocation for it at the last minute, and it comes in. But for me, I'm gonna have equity in the Ram TRX. So my position is, I'll drive the Ram. If I do the Raptor Bronco trade, if it goes down, I mean, where it is right now is it's all down to the last guy, the head guy at Ally Financial, all the way up the ladder, that overrules the no, then the deal goes down. If the big guy says, I'm sticking with my comrades and I'm not changing the decision, it's a no. The Iceman doesn't get the deal. Then there is no deal. So I mean, that's where it's at. So it's literally down to just one more phone call, which will probably happen later this morning, to see if the deal gets approved. So I'm staring at it's 50-50 shot. But then if I do get approved and I do the deal, then for me, my position is that I can get rid of that Raptor and enjoy the Ram TRX. And then down the road, if the Raptor R shows up and the market kind of stays decently healthy in the Ram TRX, I'm not going to take a big loss. I'm going to have equity in the truck to put towards the Raptor R. If I really want to go that direction, spend that much more money. But if I have the Ram TRX and I really kind of come to closure eventually, hey, I just love this truck and I really don't want the Raptor R, then there you go. At least have options. And for me, I would actually go buy the Wildtrak Bronco with the new Haas suspension package on it. That's above the trying to think. I can't. Just so much freaking information above the existing Wildtrak package. You can get now a little higher level suspension. But I would actually take the maybe it's a Bronco person out there and wondering, should I sell my Wildtrak for the Raptor. And I would say, if you have the money to spend, then yeah, go for it. But if you're more of the money conscious person, the Raptor is the better of the two. But for the overall, what the most people are going to use for it, it's overkill. It just isn't. That's even why I've been so anti buying the Ram TRX. Is it really worth all that money and da da da? But I've just have come to closure. This is the baddest ass Ram truck ever built, gas engine, and I'd be a fool not to try to get one and have one, just to put it in my collection of all the vehicles I've owned in my life. So I just really think it's time to do that. But at the same time, here talking about the better of the two, and that's what I'm saying this morning. Build Back Better, the better, which is a better vehicle, and for me, I get to own so many different vehicles. I can really honestly say, hey, this really is better. It's worth it. Or it's just like the Ford Power Boost. I would have said to you a year ago, I'm going to trade my Ford F-150 Tremor truck for the hybrid Power Boost. I'd have said, like, no way. Because that F-150 Tremor truck is such a nice package, nice truck. But now that I own the Power Boost, I would say the Power Boost is the better of the two, as long as you're the person that's not. I mean, in all reality, the Power Boost is going to go back, is going to go four-wheeling. It's going to go in the backwoods. I mean, for the most part, the Power Boost is the better of the two. It really is. And even the point that the Power Boost is borderline ruined my Raptor flavor of the V6 twin-turbo Raptor, because the Power Boost just has so much power to it. It's so much fun. It's so practical. So the Raptor, of course, is the better of the two of the Ford F-150 truck. But at the same time, if you're not doing the crazy stuff off-roading and all this other stuff, then the package, the better of two, is the Power Boost. And I could go to the Lightning truck. Same thing. I talk about all the time. The Lightning truck. It's a great truck. But overall practicality and usability, the Power Boost is the better vehicle. It's the better product because it's just more versatile, and it has so many qualities of the F-150 that give you the technology and everything, and very confident. But you can just not have to worry about the range factor, and you can tow whatever you want, not be worried about it. And if you watch my channel, that damn thing to me is an F-250 in so many ways. Being in it, it just handles heavy trailers like I've never experienced with any other half-ton truck. So it's just very impressive. Yeah, speaking of the electric truck, and now, fuel, here we go. So here's the fuel. I'm sure people, paying attention to the news knows this, but if you don't, OPEC has decided to cut back about 1 million barrels a day. But you have to say, why are they doing that? Well, because we've seen, I talked about it numerous times, the $60, $70 barrel oil would prevail at some point. And sure enough, it sure did. It did this first part of the year. The $60, $70 barrel oil came to be. And now the oil companies, the market, they don't like that. They want $100 barrel oil. So they just made a major, supposedly it's a shock to everybody. So OPEC now is going to pull back on their production to try to create more of a market drive to drive the barrel of oil back to $100 barrel oil. Which means for you as a consumer, it's a 30% increase in your fuel bill. So if you're buying $3 gas, for the most part, now you're buying $4 gas. So if you're going to a gas station and you're spending $50 to buy gas, you're now going to be at $65 plus to buy gas. And you just think to yourself, wow, what is going on in this country right now? To now get the energy prices to kind of start spiking back up. But I guess my electric truck will start to become valuable again. I've talked about this numerous times. It start having gas shortages, or if it goes to $5-6 a gallon again, no doubt in my mind that F-150 Lightning truck that I have will go back to having more value. And that Mustang Mach-E. But even though the new tax guidelines, so the government's finally released the tax guidelines to qualify for these tax credits, and it's kind of complicated because it comes down to percentage of your battery and the car components of where it came from, what countries, and blah, blah, blah. And so that $7,500 tax credit may not be worth half that. So I was kind of reading that in the Wall Street Journal the other day, and there's so many comments on that article, and so many people are like, why is the government paying people to buy an electric car? Why is the government having to give away tax incentives to buy an electric car? And so many people in that comment section are like, these things are such a waste. I mean, no lie, this is Wall Street Journal. It's in the comments section, and there's one person after another that's just like, the EVs. It's a joke. And people go into great depth and how they don't save Mother Nature, how much carbon footprint they need to be made. And I mean, the list goes on and on and on. I mean, very impressive that you just see the majority of the people in that comment section are anti-EV people. But yet, the whole movement's going to EV vehicles. Beyond believable. But the people are commenting how the government, handout to try to get this EV thing is massive. Wow. So anyways, keeping kind of the car theme, here's Mustang. Ford Mustang 2024, you'll be able to get the drift brake. So if you order the special track package or performance package, Ford is going to offer you a technology in that car that you can drift that car because it'll have what they call a drift brake option. Wow. If you've seen people go, doing the drifting, didn't that originate out of like Japan? Is that where that came from? Is the original drifters the Japanese? I think it is. And that's been around for years. And now it's a huge thing here that if you kind of follow the racing. Look at Matt Hagan. Matt Hagan took, what did he take? I can't, whatever class he is. He won. He's had back-to-back wins now. And then Justin Ashton took, I guess, Top Fuel. And then I guess Matt Hagan, was he Funny Car? I guess it's Funny Car. Just too much information. The whole point is Matt Hagan and Tony Stewart, they're doing pretty good. Leah Pruitt kind of showed up and did pretty good. She seems to be getting a little better. So if you're watching NHRA, that's a lot of fun. It's hard to, the TV just doesn't give it a lot of focus. It's very small. You have to really know how to catch it to watch it. But it's a lot of fun to watch that stuff. That's just insane. 11,000 horsepower. Dragster. And if you watched it, it was JD and John Force. John Force drove into the back of JD's DHL, whatever, Toyota car. Oh, he was so mad because he had just got a brand new car all set up, and John Force destroyed it. And then so the second day, that was Saturday. So then Sunday, they show him racing it and walking. Whoever he's starting to walk, and then the second car they had, the backup car, it just obliterates. So that guy's weekend was just a bad weekend. But Tony Stewart racing, he's really doing well. Apparently, Tony Stewart's kind of out of the Fox NASCAR booth because of the other Clint Bauer or whoever is the other guy talker there, the NASCAR racing. So apparently, Tony's kind of being kicked to the curb a little bit. I don't know. So I'm just not following that stuff, the NASCAR. It's so much time. To watch NASCAR, you just have to, who can do it in spring? I just can't do it. So anyways, you're going to go around and be doing things besides sitting on the TV of NASCAR. So Build Back Better. So I think myself right now, kind of summing up the car talk, I think most people here can, in so many aspects, say that where today's cars are compared to previously are much better, much more reliable vehicles. But at the same time, with all the technology in them, there are a lot of recalls, just a lot of things that go with all these cars being so sophisticated. But for me, what drove this conversation this morning was I thought to myself, man, the current administration, they ran on a platform that said they're going to build back better. This country was basically, and their position was the former administration hadn't done a very good job, and that they were the better of the two, and they're just like the Make America Great Again, the MAGA, saying. So they're saying from the MAGA was Build Back Better, and I think to myself, wow. I haven't had any coffee this morning. I need coffee. I really do. I just need my coffee, but I didn't bring it because it starts making me it irritates my damn GERD, and I start hacking and coughing. It's so maddening. So anyways, the Build Back Better. I mean, can anybody here honestly build back better? I mean, are we better off right now than we were 3 years ago? And I know people, and I hear you. People will go like, the pandemic came in. I get all that, but just forget whoever you push the button on. Forget that. Stop and think about this current administration supports policies and agendas that are not making things better. So the Build Back Better, it's a bunch of malarkey. Does anybody feel that they're better off today than they were 3 years ago? I mean, sincerely, what's your stock market? I just told you a story. The guy that ordered that Ram TRX truck that maybe it took the dealership 4 to 6 months to get. That duration, the interest rates have gone so high, he walked away from the deal. And I read a whole article yesterday in Automotive News that the amount of people that are walking away from buying cars is an all-time high because the interest rates in the cars have gone through the roof. People aren't going to pay 9, 10, 12% interest rates. And then there's YouTube videos out there that, people's car payments now are $1,000 a month. I mean, the automotive article I read was car payments today are like $200 more or $170 more than they were pre-pandemic. And so there you go. So you're better off. So build back better. Build back better. This administration and people that support it and continue to support it, they feel that the country has been built back better. We're in a war with Russia. We've got incredible immigration challenges. We have incredible drug challenges. We have incredible crime challenges. We have incredible homeless challenges. We have incredible education challenges. We have incredible mental health challenges. We have banks that have gone broke that the government's had to bail out. When do I stop? Where is the Build Back Better? I mean, sincerely, anybody here on my YouTube channel, can somebody reach out and say, I'm delusional and I'm just not in real times and that things really are better than they were before? I mean, really. I mean, sincerely, can somebody reach out and say, here's my story? When I hear that McDonald's is idling staff worldwide that needs to be home this Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday this week because they're going to be receiving letters in the mail to decide their fate of their jobs, to be terminated. Yeah, so McDonald's is now laying people off. The big tech guys, left and right, are laying people off. What company have you not heard that's, challenging in very challenging times? And then we're hearing now that the car dealerships, their inventories are exploding of product, and now the car dealerships are having to cross the bridge to going back to the old business model of having to start discounting vehicles to get them off their lot. So is it better for them? I'd love to hear from a car dealer owner right now on my YouTube channel and say, are you better off now than you were 2-3 years ago? I mean, I'd love to hear that conversation and to hear that their sales, that used to be 500 cars a month pre-pandemic, went to 200 to 250 cars a month, but the market conditions gave them quadruple the profits, so it didn't really matter at the end. But now, here we are at the end, and now they got incredible product sitting on their lot, and they can't get the profit margins they used to have. So even though they have tons of product, and their sales numbers aren't really up any per se, so no, it's not better for them at this time. I don't know. I mean, I'm just speculating. I have no idea. I'm not the owner of a car dealership, but I know I talk to these people. I know the look in their face. And all I know is I've been getting text messages from other selling dealer on discounting Ford Raptor trucks that they never ever did that before. So, and then the gentleman that's going to buy my Bronco, if I do the Ram TRX deal, his position is that Bronco's kind of getting a little soft. He's giving me a good number for it, but he's a little scared of it a little bit. And the thing is, that tan Ram TRX that I drove a few weeks ago, it's still sitting in his dealership. The black Ram used TRX truck I looked at a few weeks ago, it's still sitting in his dealership. The white used Ram TRX truck that I looked at a few weeks ago, still in his dealership. The black Ram Koons Baltimore Ford that I did a little review on like over a month ago is still sitting at the dealership. And the irony is, that's a real base 2021 Ram truck with nothing in it. And if this deal goes down, they wanted $94,000 for that truck back, like 30, 45 days ago. And if I would have bought that, I'd have been an idiot. Because now I can get a fully loaded 2023 for $97,000. It's a whole, beyond, fully loaded. Only thing I think doesn't have is adaptive cruise control. And the reason is because the sales guy claims that when you start putting go to the highest level of technology, it could kick that truck to being an 8-9 month wait. So he didn't put it in there because he figured that would probably delay the truck by a good 3-4 months, if not more. Yeah, and that's the whole thing. When I bought my Power Boost, if you watch my video, you'll see that I was like, no massaging seats, no heated steering wheel for the Platinum. This is the better. this is better. Yeah, and that's a whole other conversation, is how many people go buy a car now and feel better about the price. The better about the price? The price has gone through the roof. Yes, it's ridiculous. It's unbelievable. It's like that Jeep Gladiator downstairs that I showed you. My 2020 Jeep Gladiator that had the Rubicon package and the adaptive cruise control and some other things. That thing was like $62,000. All right, here's the Mojave package I bought. Doesn't have adaptive cruise control and some other little things here and there. Doesn't have a front steel bumper and blah blah blah. I think it was $63,000. Now in 2020, my Gladiator that I bought, no discount. It was brand new in the market, no discount. It is what it is. That one there, they basically took $10,000 off. So in that aspect, I got the better deal than my 2020. But in the other aspect, that same Jeep Gladiator I bought in 2020 probably now is probably like $67,000 or $68,000. Probably $4,000 or $5,000 more would be my guess. So yeah, for everybody, hey, build back better. And how's that everything better getting when everything around us is more expensive? Has everybody gotten paid? Here I am not here to argue, to be mean. I'm just sharing information. Has everybody here that was just, let's just say, making $50,000 a year 3 years ago, are you now making $65,000? Did you get a 30% pay increase to offset all the Build Back Better agendas and things that are going on in our country that are a direct reflection of the administration's policies and guidelines and views and ideology and all this other stuff, that every one of us is paying a ton more for everything and anything you want to do? And what's interesting is, when I drive around, I see these restaurants that are in my area, the small ones and stuff, and what used to be crowded and packed parking lots, they're not. In fact, I talked to one of these restaurant owners here actually about a week ago. Guy owns 2 really nice restaurants, and his claim was, wasn't for the catering business. He doesn't know. He doesn't know if he doesn't know if his restaurants will still even be open. It's the catering business where he kind of gets his profit margins, and he's like, yeah, if it wasn't for that, I don't know. He's like, I don't know if these doors will still be open. Wow. Yeah, look at McDonald's. That's a huge statement. But I've gone to McDonald's over the years, and what used to be $14 is now $20. So, Build Back Better. Is anybody going to raise their hand? Sincerely, is anybody going to raise their hand and start talking about this stuff, that they support the Build Back Better? It's Build Back Worse, but it's not even Build Back Worse. I don't know. When in recent times has it been kind of this radical? And when does the media really start talking about the reality of so many people are going broke? People, the car payments right now, delinquencies through the roof. Banks don't want these cars. I can promise you right now. The banks do not want to start sharing the dirty laundry if it's really going on their infrastructure right now. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to talk about it because they're going to scare people to start pulling money out of their banks, and it's going to make them go broke. You have to close the doors. And all these people that are delinquent on their car payments, the people who are holding these notes, they know they're going to take huge losses. They don't want them. They're just hoping and praying that the Build Back Better shows up instead of the Build Back Worst is what's actually happened. And so I think so many of these companies that are holding notes in these cars, they're just like, just let it go. Just let the guy keep the car because he's paying insurance on it, right? Yeah. He's not abusing it, right? If we go get the car, the market for that car is going to be how much right now? And even a lot of the auctions aren't even bidding on these cars. And we're going to have to pay for storage fees. Let's just let it continue to slide. Just hope something reverses here in the near future. Yeah. As OPEC just announced another energy spike in pricing for everything. Get this. I went yesterday and got 4 of my propane tanks. And it's crazy. I just have so many things going on. If you got a Tractor Supply, they will refill your tank, which is not the greatest deal, but it is in comparison to current energy times. It's like $3.25 a gallon is now, no, $3.25 for like 4 gallons or something like that. Is that what it is? Well, even if, no, it's what this is what it comes down to. If my local propane area where I go, it's like $33 for an exchange on a propane tank. So it's like, take $33 times 4, that's $132. So I just like a brick in my head. I was like, why am I going to go do this? I'm going to go to Tractor Supply, and I'm going to have them refill it. But a lot of times they run out of propane. You drive all the way up to where I live. That's like an 8-mile drive one way. Then you get there, and I haven't called the store. Nobody answers. I was going to do a little short video, and here you go to Tractor Supply, get your propane tank refilled, and you sit out in the parking lot for 15 minutes waiting for somebody to show up to do it. Yeah, oh boy, customer service, right? And so, because they're short-handed, because everybody gets to still sit at home and collect the check, I guess. Don't want to go to work. Yeah, Build Back Better, right? So anyways, 4 tanks filled for $66. So half the price. And in today's economy and where we're going everywhere, yeah, right. Yeah, I should be driving an electric truck every day of my life. Like, all the miles I drive every day, the amount of fuel I spend, yeah, but whatever. It's just not going to go down that road. Hey, everybody, I appreciate you watching my channel. Just so much information to talk about all the time. Lots of information. It's getting late. I got a busy schedule. Got to take care of things. And I'm trying to get things in order because if the phone call comes and the deal is approved, then it looks like I'll probably go pick up that Ram truck. But I don't know the deal. I don't know the numbers yet. We're still not really there. But let's just see if they get a yes out of all this. And I'd say it's, as I always say, it's 50-50. And anybody watch my channel, I have a lot of people weighing in like, man, and no lie, it's just classic. If I sell that Raptor, then I'm down to like one SUV, the Jeep Grand Cherokee. But here's the thing. Come on. Do you honestly think I'm not going to have our Bronco? I mean, sincerely, if I found a really nice used Bronco Wildtrak, or if somebody walked away from a really nice Bronco Wildtrak package in the right color, with a Hoss package in it, HOSS, I would so jump on that. I would trade something in my fleet for one of those again. Don't get me wrong, the Raptor Bronco is badass. It's nice, but it's a lot of freaking money. I mean, if I can get into a Wildtrak for $60,000 that I'm really happy with, if it was used for $55,000 versus close to $100,000, I mean that's what people it's just like this Raptor. Ram Terex. Yeah, will I keep this thing forever? Doubtful. It's just too much money. Will I get my fun day out of it? Yeah. And then I'll find something better, right? Can we find a better administration? Can we find better people to help run this country in the correct direction instead of the wrong direction? Yeah, I mean, for the record, I would have to say that the elected officials of this country at this time and this sitting administration will be known as the Build Back Worst. Hey, everybody, thanks for watching my channel. I really appreciate all the comments and support. And stay tuned for some more adventures. Maybe, maybe not. I don't know. And once again, stay safe. Stay tuned, and God bless.